Loyalty in my blood, royalty, I'm a king, but I got it straight out the mud.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Julianne and I make videos all about candles and running a candle business. Today I'm going to be talking about warning labels, the importance of warning labels and why you must include them on your candles. In the meantime, I need you all to smash the like button before we begin this video, because these videos take a lot of work, effort, study, research to create. So show some support to this channel by liking this video right now. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, what are you even doing? Hit the subscribe button now to stay updated every time I upload new videos. Without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Now, what is a warning label? A warning label is a label attached to a candle to warn the user about the risks associated with using the candle, as well as instructions on how to burn a candle. When a candle catches on fire or destroys property, the user is likely to drag you to court with claims that your candle was the cause of the destruction. They'll also need to prove to their insurance company that they didn't cause the fire. Now, this is where a warning label comes into play. A warning label allows you to prove that the negligence was on the part of the consumer. It serves as a legal protection for you against someone using your candle incorrectly and trying to sue you. If you fail to include proper instructions on how to use and how not to use a candle, and the consumer uses the candle and destroys property or gets hurt, then you are liable. People can claim that they did not know a candle was not supposed to be used a certain way and that you are liable. The warning label has all the instructions necessary to burn a candle safely. So let's look at what's on the warning label. Here I have two warning labels. One I purchased, one was made. So you can actually make your warning labels, but these warning labels must carry these instructions. So let's take a look at what's on the warning label. So on the warning label, we have two sections. We have the warning and then we have the instructions for burning. So let's begin with the warning. It says, follow these instructions carefully to prevent fire hazard or injury. Never allow a candle to burn unattended. Now, I have actually seen people burn candles and step out of their homes for hours, come back home, nothing happens. I've also seen people burn candles, step out of their house, come back and no house. All gone. The house has caught fire. Neighbors have called fire service and called the owner of the house to come and look at what's happening to their house. And this was as a result of unattended lit candle. You don't want to light your candle on fire and step out of the house, because candles have fragrances in them. Fragrances all have flash points. All fragrances have flash points. Now, what is flash points? Flash point is the temperature at which your fragrance is likely to catch on fire, okay? Now, look at this candle burning right here. There's something that's constantly being generated within this jar, and that is heat. If it reaches a certain temperature, it will explode because it will exceed the fragrance flash point. Do you understand now why it is important to have this information written here, so that people do not just leave their candles unattended and head out? Okay, so if you sell a candle without this instruction on your warning label, or without a warning label and this instruction on it on a candle, somebody burns their candle, steps out, comes back, the house catches on fire, you will be held responsible because there was no instruction about that on your warning label. If you have this information on your warning label and your customer's candle catches on fire and explodes, you can't be held liable for this. You are protected because this information was clearly written there. So let's move on to the next warning. Keep out of reach of small children and pets. Now, we all know how clumsy and mischievous children can be. Okay, you don't want to leave candles unattended with kids or pets. They can swipe it away with their tail. Kids can lift up the jar, cause something to catch on fire, or cause themselves to get injured. Okay, so you want to make sure that if you're burning your candle around kids, you are presently watching them, or do not burn it at all around kids and pets. If you don't have this on your candle, then you are held liable. The next warning is allow candle to cool completely before handling. Now this jar, like I said, is constantly generating heat. Some jars are really light and can really get hot. So imagine you lift up a candle that's extremely hot. Obviously, you're going to drop it in shock. You're either going to splatter wax all over yourself or catch yourself on fire. So if you have this information on your warning label and that happens to your customer, you can't be held liable. Next is always burn candle on heat resistant level surface. Level surface, that is something flat, like how flat this surface is. Heat resistant. You don't want to burn it on plastic that will melt away because of heat. Okay, you want to make sure that whatever surface is on will not be damaged by heat. And you want to also make sure that it is leveled so your jar is not tilting the other way. Okay, so if you have this label with this information on it on your candle and your customer goes ahead to place their candle on a tilted surface, it spills over, you can't be held liable. They place it on a non-heat resistant surface and it melts away, you also can't be held liable. Next is do not burn around flammable materials. So you don't want to burn this around your deodorant, perfume, insecticide, okay? Because they will catch on fire. If your customer doesn't already know that fire is not supposed to be next to flammables and you don't have this on your candle and they go ahead to do something like that that causes destruction or hurts them, and this is not on your jar, you're going to be held liable for this. But this is all the reasons why you must have your candle warning label on your jar. Next is instructions for burning. So we're done with the warning and now we're on to instructions for burning. The first is keep wick trimmed 1/4 inch. The reason for this is because large wicks equals to large flames. Okay, that's constantly generating heat. There are two things that can happen. Your candle can catch on fire out of overheating, or your jar can actually burst. So you want to have this information here to prevent that from happening to your customers. Next is keep wax free of any foreign debris. So you don't want to have paper, tissue, all of those things inside of the wax that can actually interact with the flame and catch on fire. That's why this information is here, so your customers know not to do that. The next, never burn for more than 4 hours at a time. This is because of the flash point. Like I said, heat is constantly being generated within this jar. Burning it longer than 4 hours puts you at a risk of this candle catching on fire. So you want to make sure that your candles are being burned for 3 to 4 hours at a time. I've actually seen customers and candle makers who proudly say that they leave their candles long overnight and nothing happens. Nothing has happened yet doesn't mean that nothing will happen, because flashpoints are a real thing. Flashpoints are I've seen people's candle factory catch on fire because of flashpoint limits being exceeded. So flashpoints are a real thing. Okay, you don't want to be a candle maker going about talking rubbish. That is complete rubbish. You can't burn your candles longer than 4 hours. There's no reasonable explanation for that except you are performing a power burn. Okay, so don't be proud of it. It is not something to be proud of. Your candles should be burned for 3 to 4 hours at a time, not more than 4 hours, except you're performing a power burn. The next is keep away from drafts. Now, drafts are simply a current of cool air. When you turn on the fan, the force produces air. That current of cool air is called drafts. A strong wind from your window, your ceiling fan, standing fan can cause drafts. Even the air conditioner can cause drafts. You want to be sure that your candle is away from drafts, away from fans, because the fan can actually push lightweight curtain into the flame that can actually cause a massive fire outburst. Can also push paper into it that can cause fire outburst as well. So that's why this information is here. The next is discontinue use when only ½ inch of wax remains. I know candles smell great and people don't look forward to their candle coming to an end, okay? But that ½ inch left has to go, okay? Just let it go. Get yourself another candle. You can do it. So these are the instructions on the warning label, and I've explained to you why these instructions are there and what is likely to happen if these instructions are not on your candle. So far, I hope you have found this video educational and helpful. Remember, this is nothing to do with legal advice or anything. It is for educational purposes. Get yourself educated and informed. Protect yourself, okay? It is as simple as getting a $1 candle label and sticking it on your jar. If you found this video educational or helpful in any form of way, then smash that like button. If you have any contributions to what I have already said in this video, then please leave me your comments. As a matter of fact, I want to hear from everyone watching this video, and I have a comment for you. Go ahead and comment. You have big ears. I know I have big ears, but I just want you to comment down below because I want some interaction going on this video. So guys, until I see you next time, make sure you protect yourself by getting yourself a warning label. You can make them yourself on Canva, or you can just buy them off any candle supply stores. They are everywhere, okay? And they must have all this information that I have mentioned for you on them. Till I see you in my next video, stay true, stay blessed. I love you. Bye.
And I'm a grinder, I'm the type that only break up the buds. And I've been